Hello, and welcome to our video about 5 things Americans do that confuse the rest of the world. The United States is a country with a rich and complex culture, shaped by its history, geography, and diverse population. However, some aspects of American culture can be confusing or even surprising to visitors and immigrants from other countries. In this video, we'll explore some of the ways that Americans behave differently from people in other parts of the world, and offer some insights into the cultural factors that shape these behaviors. Whether you're planning a trip to the United States, or simply curious about American culture, we hope that this video will help you better understand some of the unique aspects of American life. So, let's get started. Using Fahrenheit. In the United States, Fahrenheit is the standard unit of measurement for temperature, while the rest of the world typically uses Celsius. Fahrenheit is named after the German physicist Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, who developed the temperature scale in the early 18th century. The Fahrenheit scale is still widely used in the United States, particularly in everyday life, but it can be confusing for people from other countries who are used to Celsius. This is especially true for weather forecasts, where temperatures are often given in Fahrenheit, even when speaking with people from other countries. Additionally, when cooking or baking, recipes may use Fahrenheit temperatures, which can be confusing for those not familiar with the scale. Tipping. In the United States, tipping is a common practice in many service industries, such as restaurants, hair salons, and hotels. Tipping is not required by law, but it is considered customary to leave a tip in most situations where a service is provided. Tipping amounts can vary depending on the industry and the quality of service, but the general guideline is to leave a tip of 15 to 20% of the total bill. In some cases, a tip may be expected even if the service was not exceptional, which can be confusing for people from other countries where tipping is less common or not expected. In many other countries, the cost of service is typically included in the price of the goods or services, and tipping is not necessary or is less common. In some cases, a service charge may be added to the bill, which is similar to tipping in the United States but is typically a fixed amount and not based on a percentage of the total bill. Portion sizes. Portion sizes in the United States are often much larger than those in other countries. This is particularly noticeable in restaurants, where meals can be served in servings that are large enough to feed 2 or more people. The large portion sizes can be overwhelming for visitors and immigrants who are not used to such large servings. Additionally, some cultures view leaving food on the plate as wasteful or disrespectful, so it can be difficult for them to adjust to the portion sizes in the United States. Part of the reason for the large portion sizes in the United States is the culture of abundance that is prevalent in the country. Many Americans value the idea of getting a good value for their money, and larger portions are seen as a sign of generosity and hospitality. Using imperial units. In addition to measuring temperature in Fahrenheit, the United States also uses imperial units for measurements such as distance, weight, and volume. The imperial system was developed in the British Empire and is still used in some countries, including the United States. However, the metric system, which is used in most other countries, is based on a decimal system and is considered more intuitive and easier to use. For example, in the metric system, there are 100 centimeters in a meter, 1,000 meters in a kilometer, and 1,000 milliliters in a liter. In contrast, the imperial system uses more complex conversion factors, such as 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, and 1,760 yards in a mile. The use of imperial units in the United States can be confusing for visitors and immigrants who are accustomed to the metric system. This can be particularly problematic in scientific or technical fields where precise measurements are necessary. Patriotism. Patriotism is a strong cultural value in the United States, and Americans often display their national pride in ways that can be seen as excessive or unusual in other countries. For example, the American flag is prominently displayed in many public spaces, such as schools, government buildings, and private homes. Americans also participate in patriotic activities, such as singing the national anthem before sporting events, and wearing patriotic clothing and accessories, such as flag-themed t-shirts, hats, and even underwear. In other countries, displays of national pride may be more understated, and patriotism may be expressed in different ways. For example, in some countries, national pride may be tied to cultural traditions, such as food or music, or to the achievements of the country in science or the arts. Some visitors and immigrants to the United States may find the emphasis on patriotism and national pride to be overwhelming or even intimidating. However, it's important to recognize that patriotism is a deeply ingrained value in American culture, and that many Americans view it as a way of expressing their love for their country and their appreciation for the freedoms and opportunities it provides. For visitors and immigrants to the United States, it's important to respect the country's cultural values and to recognize that displays of national pride are not meant to be exclusive or exclusionary, but rather a way of celebrating the country's heritage and history. Thanks for watching our video about 5 things Americans do that confuse the rest of the world. We hope that this video has provided you with some interesting insights into American culture and the ways in which it differs from other cultures around the world. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below and subscribe our channel. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.